Hi, this is Dave Bennett inside the Software Installer Tool. It's October 8th, 2016, and I'm going to show you guys a page speed booster. Okay, this is where we can apply a page speed booster and undo a page speed booster. Now, that's really shorthand for doing something in particular, and it's just important you know. So if you ever run into issues and you have to try to untangle something, you understand what's going on. Here's what it is. We're going to do this on, and again, I've got to sometimes click on these to pop it. Okay, here we go. We're going to do it on our handy dandy emoji-simples.com, and whoops, I don't want to create a backup. I want to apply a page speed booster. All right, here we go. Let me get over there, emoji-samples.com. I can apply. What does it mean is happening? I want to show you. Okay, if I go into the file manager on that cPanel manually, just want to show you, there's an htaccess file. Maybe I have to hit settings to say show hidden files, then I can see it. Okay, there it is, the .htaccess file. Now if I right click it and I hit edit, okay, then I can hit edit. All right, here's what it is. Very often when you're dealing with PHP coding, you'll see some commands at the top of the htaccess file. And that's really what it's for, some useful deep commands. And then also, if we need to rewrite some URLs, then we're going to flip on the rewrite engine. And then there will be a set of rules, rewrite rules, that pertain to rewrite engine. Okay? Now, there really isn't anything else on here. Okay? So here's the point. When you do things like enable browser caching or leveraging enable compression, like gzip compression and leveraging browser caching, then we're going to wind up adding more real quality rules to the htaccess file that can help with this. Okay, and by adding these commands into an existing htaccess file, that can speed up the website because it's going to flip things on that help the website actually sort of zip in transit and unzip real fast files. Now, that's not the only thing that makes websites faster. They're still minifying HTML, CSS, and JS, and they're still optimizing images. See, it's one thing if you zip up an image that's too big. It's another thing if you zip up an image that's optimized and much, much smaller. Okay, but nonetheless, that is exactly what this is all about. And I just want you to know it so you understand what's going on. It's either going to have a measurable effect by itself or not. And it's either going to have an effect that's helpful with other things or not. And if somebody already has all that stuff on there and we wind up duplicating it, no, that will not hurt the file. But it's possible that depending on what they have, if we put our stuff in there, it can conflict with their file and make their website look or act wrong. Okay, most likely not. But again, this is why we have two things. One, a backup to back everything up because we're going to change things now on pages that don't necessarily belong to us. Second, we have an apply and an undo. What do you guess the apply is all about? It's going to add the coding in. Yes, I'm sure. It's done. I can come back. I can close. Okay. I can reload because also I'm going to see what's going on when I open it, but I also want to see something else. Take a look. See that? That's the backup it created right now. That's the backup. The backup is the original file. Okay. It's a backup. Now what else do we have? The actual htaccess file itself. And we have just added all this extra stuff in here that should make the website happen a lot quicker. Now, let's say we had to undo this. Okay, let's undo the backup. Okay, and then what we're going to do is actually take a measurable test. How's that? So we're going to undo this. All right, boom. Now, let's reload. Okay, again, we're seeing what's going on in the back end. Edit. It got rid of the other file, and we're back. So it knew exactly what to do. We full cycled, okay? So let's try it, okay? We can do a page speed analysis, and I'm just going to do it live right here, page speed insights, okay? Separate tab, just so we can all see what's going on, okay? Emoji-samples, this is going to be my before, right? I'm going to analyze it. Now, of course, we can do this inside the system too, but I just want to see what I can see. 40 and 50. I don't know why it's white space. I don't remember what we were doing with the whole thing in the first place. Oh, it's there. Okay, it's just not going to load it up properly on the preview because it fades in. Got it. All right, 40 and 50 and like what? 3 past rules on mobile and 3 past rules on desktop. Well, some of the stuff like enabling compression, leveraging browser caching, these are things that we're literally doing. We're passing rules. So we're going to go from 3 and 3. Let's see how well we did. So ready? Let's do it. Page speed booster. Apply the page speed booster. Okay, let's go get it. Apply. Yes, I'm sure. Process is completed. Let me come and check it again. 40 and 50. Yeah, I got to wait like 30 seconds, but we'll see where we're at now. If it gave us any room. Ooh, a lot of room. Suddenly we went from 3 rules to 5. 3 rules to 5. And we shot up, right? From 40 to 69 and from 50 to 86. Now, if I was charging someone a standard set fee and I said $1 per point plus $10 for past rule on each of these 2 tabs, because they both count, really count. Okay, I went from 40 to 69. That's 29 points plus another 20 for the past rules, 2 past rules, $10 each, 3 to 5. So that would be like, what, 29 plus 20 is $49 the guy owes me, plus what would it be on the desktop side of the house? I went from 50 to 86, so that's 36. So we got, plus, right? 36 plus finally the other 20 points. 20. Okay, $105 the guy owes me. Now, question is, can I do any better still? The answer is I could. Let's try something else. Let's go to the page, not just the page speed booster. And what should we do? Check the website, make sure it's still loading right and everything. Yeah, it is. Everything's cool. Okay, everything is cool. Just checking, Again, this is why we do backups, just to make sure. All right, let's see the next thing we can do. Minifier. Okay, I can minify the images. Now keep in mind, minifying images in place is cool because it's local, it's in place, we can minify them in place. It's going to go through the front page of the website, okay? Emoji samples. It's going to go through the front page. It's going to minify all the images that are on the front page, okay? Now, you might say, why doesn't it go through every page of the website? Well, because a lot of those pages are still going to pull from the exact same images. So it's going to be re-minifying the exact same images over and over and over again. Now, let's see what that did. Our scores, memorize them, 69, 86, and 5. 69, 86. They both say optimize images. All right. So I don't know if we did any better or not, but let's just see. 69, 86, and 5. 5. So, okay, 70. No more optimizing. Okay, I don't know why it's still showing 5, but, oh, it is, but it's a lower priority now. See that? It moved down. 70, so we got 1 more point. And 88, what was it? 86? 69, 86. So I earned another $3 right then and there. And again, you want to check. Sometimes Google's a little funny, and we use Google's protocol for minifying the images. Sometimes they come out a little silly, but that's not what I'm seeing. Okay, so good. I earned another $3. Okay. Yeah, everything looks great. So you know what? I'm going to add another $3. 3 equals, okay? And then, if I really want, what else can I do? I can go ahead and minify HTML files too. Okay. By the way, you can unminify images, just so you know. So if I needed to, hello. Okay, I got this funniness here. I don't know why. Well, obviously, get around to fixing it. Yeah, it's almost like a joke, right? Like when it doesn't let you do that. I'll minify images, but it doesn't give you access. Okay, I'll double check what's going on there, get back to you guys on that, because yes, we do it all the time. So whatever's causing that trip, we'll fix it. Anyway, then you can unminify images. So yeah, check if you can access this before you go minifying them. The other way to go that's stronger is the images optimizer. It has a different kind of protocol, but the reality check is that this is separate. So you have to actually get these images downloaded somehow. There's different ways to do it. Like if you have the panel, you can just log in. Okay, and I have to, this is a demo panel, so I may not be able to get access. Okay, and what I would want to do, okay, just so you understand, is go to my image folder. Any browse button will do it, and I can look up all the images, and here they are in my images folder. Well, what do you think I can do? I can highlight one of them, okay, all the way to the end, or better yet, I can right-click images. I can download the thing as a zip file. That way I have a zip file on my computer. I can run it through my images optimizer and then take those optimized images, zip them up, and upload them here to overwrite. Okay, so that's awesome because I can do it. Okay, and it's not even hard. We'll get there. Anyway, yeah, I think you understand what's going on, and I think you see how fast and easy it is to drive scores up. Now, if somebody wants to go hire a programmer to deal with all these things, that's a lot more effort. By the way, does anyone not know what Minify, JavaScript, or CSS, or HTML is all about? Because I can just explain it right now, as long as we're this far along. By the way, custom rules, that is because there are some files, when you try to minify them, like a certain kind of file, like JS, see, the rules are for HTML, CSS, and JS files. Okay. Sometimes when you try to minify a JS file, you need to preserve a line break or a space or something. And so when you minify, okay, if something goes off, one of the files breaks, you can unminify that very file by itself. Okay, so then you can figure out what's causing the problem, or go look it up in a list of rules somewhere, because the rules are always getting updated. And you can put those rules in here, and that way you can apply them and you can have it on, right? And that way you can always have these rules being followed every time you're minifying new files and stuff. You've got your rules for the individuals. Now, it doesn't matter so much. I'll tell you why. Say we're going to do it. Emoji samples, all right? This is my video is going to cover all these pieces, as you can see. Okay, so let's say I'm doing this, and I'm only looking a couple of folder levels deep. Obviously, you can go deeper levels, but if you do, you run the risk of really getting into a lot of files, right? Now, I can start minifying. See, I can minify or unminify. I just need to check whatever it is I want to do, and I can apply custom rules after minification. That's those custom rules. Minifier, add custom rules. Okay, so I'm either going to yes or no to those custom rules, right? Which usually would be yes once you actually have a bunch of real rules. The one that's in there is a sample rule. It's not real. Okay, I can turn it off. I can edit it, and flip it off, submit it. Okay, or edit it. Actually, I don't recall whether it's a funky rule or not. See, this one acts exactly like preserving a line break. Okay, on. And that's the point. You can do it Alt-Enter, just like in Excel. You hold down the Alt key while you hit the Enter key to create a line break inside the cell. All right. I believe you have to do it here if hitting Enter doesn't work. Okay. Having said that, you can put a bunch of rules and you can run them all. Okay. And that way the system will just run them all and look for whether it's a JS file or an HTML file or a CSS file and apply the related rules. Okay, now let me get back to it so that we can see it clearly. Okay. Okay. And minification does what? Let's get to a place where we can physically see it. Okay. It takes away extra white space, right? Which is one thing that makes the page load a lot faster. See all the white space? Well, the page has to download all that white space. Now, this is great for reading the page. Every programmer loves this. But when a browser reads, it has to read to the end of the line. Then it has to go to the end of the line. then it has to go to the end of the line. Okay, so as you can see, we're downloading a lot of extra stuff for no good reason. Instead of every single space you can imagine being here, pretend it's a letter, like the letter A. So just pretend every bit of white space in here is really a letter A. And you suddenly realize how much we're downloading. It's huge. So if we want to make the page faster, we'd love to minify it. Okay. Now I'm just going to check mark and minify, but it's going to take a while, so let me not do it. Let me just minify that one file. If I can find it. I got to get one that's in the right folder. Awesome. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. HTML. I may not be able to find it. Oh well. Okay. Recapture. That's a recapture index. Okay. Another thing I could try to do is this: Control F index dot HTML. Okay. I don't remember why I'm not seeing it right now, but oh well. So let me minify something that I can find really fast just so you can see it. Okay, there's got to be just something here I can minify that makes some kind of sense. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Oh, I think it's exactly because it's probably an index file inside one of the folders. So let me try like theme backup index just for the fun of it. Yeah, it should be it. Let me just see. Okay, there's nothing there to go off of. Okay, let me see if I can find something else that makes more sense. Let me try that one. Nothing there to go off of either. Why am I missing this? This should be easier than it is, so I'm doing something wrong. But oh well, forget about it. Minify, HTML, CSS. Yeah, it's all in one spot. Okay, so whatever. Again, I'll go check it out if and when I need. Okay, so if I do want to minify though, and you can start minifying like freaking everything, that's the point, right? Because all those files, now here's another example, okay? This one I'm sure I can show you. Oops, except I do need to put that slash in there. Boom. Okay, here we go. See all this, right? See how much white space? And this is a big file, man. Look at the size of this file, okay? There it is, CSS animate. All right, fine. So let me just minify that one. Okay, first of all, it doesn't take long, okay? And I don't want to apply any rules right now. I just want to minify the one file, okay? And it's done already, and it's compressed, right? So if I wanted to checkbox things to unminify, I would look for things that are uncompressed instead of compressed. Does that make sense? Uncompressed means we haven't compressed them. Compressed means we have compressed them. So let me take a look at this file now. See that? This got rid of all that extra stupid white space. See how much smaller this is, right? Way easier to download, faster, okay? So theoretically, my page speed just went up. Now I could do it with more of those files, right? And that's the point. Now let's say that the website acted wrong. Let's say I screwed something up and the website acted wrong, you know? Okay, then there's some piece of coding in here that has to maintain a line break or an extra space. Everything else can be minified except for that one little piece that got in the way, right? I'd have to isolate it and create a custom rule for it. That's the idea. Some of you guys are much faster at isolating these things and testing them. You have tools for locating the issue and you know what the rules are. We'll get better at that as we go. We just haven't gotten into it. But let's say right now, for the sake of argument, I want to unminify the file because I need to. I'm going to go here. Okay. I'm going to hit unminify. I'm going to go check, and it's done, and it's back to being uncompressed. So if I check again, it's back to being this absolutely insanely huge stinking file. Okay. There you go. In other words, before it minifies, it does make a backup of every single file. That way, if you need to, you can uncompress back the way it was. Okay? How's that? And that'll restore the backup and you're good to go. Okay, nice, simple, safe, useful tool. All right, cool. That covers everything that's here in the minifier. Okay, so there you go. Minifying as much as you can. If you do minify stuff and you find that there's a problem with the website, you could unminify everything, or you could just start unminifying a thing at a time and seeing if that does it. Like, chances are good it's this file right here, jquery-1.11.0.min.js. This one tends to cause little issues here and there. Some other culprits are these HTML5 SHIV. It just really depends on what the web page is using. Okay, so there you go. What people usually do when they bulk minify like this is they do this, they hit minify, and while it's minifying, they go to their page and just start refreshing it over and over and over again. That way, if it acts suddenly glitchy, then they jump back over real quick to see about where it is so that they can realize that when they're done, they can start unminifying from right there and look for the one file or another file that's causing the issue. Okay. Do you have to minify everything and create rules? No. You can minify some of it, and anything else that's causing an issue, don't minify it. And don't create any custom rules. It means your website is not 100% minified, but who really cares? If anything you do to improve the page speed of your website, get those numbers green, Google loves that. Okay? And that's what all this is for. And you can do your before and after page speed analyzer, see where you're at, see what you've done for yourself, and you can show yourself or others the work. Okay? It's all useful. All right, hope you enjoyed that. That covers the whole minifier section. I just got to figure out where to put it. Okay, thanks.